皆さん、こんにちは。Welcome back to Mango's series on the Japanese writing system. In our last episode, we covered contracted sounds such as kya, kyu, kyo. Today, we are going to focus on two of what are called special moras, double consonants and long vowels. Ready for a new challenge? では、始めましょう。Let's start with double consonants.Let's look back at the message from episode 1 again. 最近、ペットボトルなどのゴミのポイ捨てが目立ちます。ルールを守って美しい街を保ちましょう。Here we have another small hiragana character, but this time it doesn't represent a contracted sound. The small tsu represent a special Japanese mora, often called double consonants. Now,Please listen to two words. Ready? Kata. Kata. Can you hear the difference? Let's listen to them one more time at a slower pace. This time, let's add a beat to it. One beat equals one mora. Kata. Kata. The first word has two beats in it, right?The second word, on the other hand, has 3 beats. For the second word, the middle beat has no sound. It's like you hold your breath after the first sound and then blurt out the next sound. Still, this middle non-sound is counted as one mora. To transcribe them in Romaji, we generally add an extra letter, the same consonant that follows the non-sound mora. This is what we mean by double consonants.In hiragana and katakana, the small tsu is used to transcribe double consonants. In hiragana, it looks like this. Let's try spelling the same word in katakana. Do you remember the katakana for tsu? It's this. So the whole word looks like this. Recognizing and pronouncing double consonants correctly is important because it can completely change the meaning of a word.For example, kata means shoulder, while katta means one. Saka is an incline or hill, but saka is a rider. And netai means I want to sleep, while nettai means tropical zone.Now, let's practice reading words with double consonants. Feel free to pause the video at any time. Kokki, that means a national flag. Shippo, or tail. Matto, this one is easy, a mat. Bokusu, a box. Zashi, this means a magazine. And,machi or match. Notice that for the sh sound in zashi, we only add an extra s to the romaji. For ch sound in machi, we can either add an extra c or add a t, just like the English spelling. Now let's move on to our second topic, long vowels. Back to our original message.Let's look closer at the katakana word. It has a dash in it, doesn't it? If we ignore the dash, it would sound like lulu. But with the dash, the word is pronounced lulu. What difference does the dash make? The first vowel sound, u, becomes twice as long. It's called a long vowel. Long vowels are another type of special moras in Japanese.They may sound simple, but many beginners have trouble recognizing them. So, let's talk about long vowels in detail. Do you remember how many basic vowels we have in Japanese? Yes, 5. A, I, U, E, O. As you may recall, each of these vowels is one mora. A long vowel is formed when the same vowel appears back to back within the word.This means that the long vowel consists of 2 moras. We have 5 long vowels in Japanese. A, I, u, e, o. And remember, when pronouncing these, each long vowel is twice as long as a basic vowel. That's it. Long vowels are transcribed differently in hiragana and katakana. And you already know how to transcribe a long vowel in katakana. That's right, the dash. Let's read these words in katakana. Ruru or rule. Super. This means supermarket. Departo or department store. And party. This one's fun, a party. Hiragana can be a little tricky because how we can transcribe a long vowel depends on which vowel it is. You'll need to pay a little bit more attention, but let's break them down together. The long vowels a, I, and u are transcribed by adding the hiragana a, I, or u respectively. Easy enough, right? For example, obasan is an aunt. If we add an extra vowel, a, to the middle of the word, it becomes obasan or grandmother. Oji-san is an uncle. When we add an extra vowel, I, it becomes oji-san, which means a grandfather. And shujin is a husband, but with an extra vowel, u, it becomes shujin, the Japanese word for a prisoner. As you can see, the length of a vowel can make a huge difference in meaning in Japanese. So, never ever call someone's aunt oba-san or introduce your husband as shujin. They won't like it. 2 more long vowels in hiragana to go. This is where things get a little tricky. The long vowel e is often transcribed by adding I to hiragana characters found in the e line of the hiragana chart. For example, the Japanese word for English is pronounced as eigo, and student is pronounced as seito. Please note that in a few special cases, e is added instead of I. Some of these exceptions are e, which means yes, and one-san, which means elder sister. Finally, the long vowel o is usually transcribed by adding u to a hiragana character found in the o line of the hiragana chart. So, king in Japanese is osama. And here's an interesting one. Masterless samurai in Japanese is ronin. In a few special cases, we use o instead of u, as in the case of oki, which means big, or toi, which means far. And that's it. We've covered what you need to know about long vowels. Now that we've covered everything you need to know about hiragana and katakana, let's read through our example message together. We haven't covered kanji or Chinese characters yet, so we'll add hiragana next to each kanji. We'll go slowly so you can follow along. Ready? 最近、ペットボトルなどのゴミのポイ捨てが目立ちます。ルールを守って美しい街を保ちましょう。最近、ペットボトルなどのゴミのポイ捨てが目立ちます。ルールを守って美しい街を保ちましょう。If you are having a hard time pronouncing or recognizing any of these sounds or characters, don't worry, Mango Languages has you covered. Mango's Japanese course is a great place to continue to practice Japanese sounds and characters while learning conversational words and phrases. Click on a word to hear a native speaker enunciate it clearly and slowly to strengthen your vocabulary. With a little bit of practice, pronouncing and recognizing hiragana and katakana, Japanese will become second nature in no time. どうもありがとうございました。じゃ、また。